Over the last 1 month, we've had a series of chaotic events in Nigeria, and this gives cause for concern and alarm. What are those events? Well, first of all, about a month ago, you had a situation whereby herdsmen and ISWAP warriors, as some would call them, went into a church in Owo and killed no less than 50 people. Next event, about a week later, that's 3 weeks ago, you had a situation where ISWAP warriors, bandits they call them in some parts, attacked and killed no less than 90 people in Zamfara state. Next event, not too long after that, approximately 1 week or so ago, or just over a week ago in Niger state, ISWAP warriors attacked a community in Niger state and killed no less than 45 people, 30 of them soldiers. And finally, just a few days ago, ISWAP warriors attacked KUJE prison and bombed their way in, freeing no less than 600 people, 300 of whom were recovered later and found. And of the 300, according to the Ministry of Defense, over 60 of them were Boko Haram fighters. As a matter of fact, every single Boko Haram fighter in that facility was freed and has not been found ever since. I know that facility very well. It was built by the British. I was locked up there for some time, and it really is quite an extraordinary place. It's actually hidden. They targeted that facility and freed their fellow terrorists. Now, the most disturbing thing about this is that there's clearly an orchestration behind the whole thing. 1 month, all these events, and countless others long before then. The interesting thing is that when it came to the KUJE prison attack, the DSS informed the military about precisely what was going to happen and told the military where those boys were, and nothing was done about it. The military ignored these warnings. Where those boys were hiding, they were left alone, they were not rooted out, and they carried out their operation with immense precision. Worst of all is the fact that the soldiers that were actually posted in that area were withdrawn 24 hours before this event took place, and these boys operated for no less than 3 hours, bombing, killing, maiming, and pulling down walls and freeing their colleagues. Again, there's an orchestration going on. It gets worse. About 3 months or so ago, we had the attack on the train to Kaduna. Again, I can authoritatively tell you that the DSS informed the Nigerian military that this was going to happen and asked them to deploy to man those areas and flush out those boys from the forest. Again, the military said no. And the question that needs to be answered is, why is it that the military refused to do their duty? Why is it that they don't do anything? In the case of Niger State, when those people were killed in Niger State, nothing was done. The military offered no response after their own soldiers had been murdered, after their own soldiers had been slaughtered in this way. So what's going on in Nigeria? Well, in my view, like I said earlier, there is an orchestration. I think it has an international dimension. Most of these fighters are actually non-Nigerians. Most of these people come from outside Nigeria. They're very well armed as our military, if not better. They're very courageous, they're highly motivated, and they're very, very brave. So we need to find out precisely who is behind all this, what is happening, and what's the objective. My view is that the objective is to ensure that we have chaos in this country. Chaos, then comes the order. Out of chaos comes order. That's their motto. And what they're trying to do is destabilize the country. And apart from that, there's also another objective: to ensure that 2023 elections do not hold. Where you have chaos and where you have fighting, you cannot have an election. That is another objective. Now, if the election does hold, what they will do is that either during or after the election, as an aftermath of that, there'll be all kinds of contrived violent acts all over the country, in which the whole thing will then ensure that everything is stopped, the whole thing is destabilized, discredited, and we are back to square one. And we are all focused on 2023. We've taken our eye off the ball. Our country is burning, our soldiers are being slaughtered, our policemen, our DSS agents and NI agents are being killed in the field, and our government has not done anything about it. The only security agency that does not seem to be functioning properly is the military. And it's not just the military, it's the military high command. The junior officers, the boys in the field, are dying like flies. They're killing them and they're giving their lives, sacrificing their lives for Nigeria. But the military high command, in my view, has failed. And I use this opportunity to call on not just the Chief of Army Staff, but all the service chiefs to resign and bury their heads in shame.
So just in case you didn't quite understand what my friend and brother Femi Fani-Kayode was saying in that video. I'm going to try my best to see if I can help you unpack. Okay? So, what you just heard from a former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is that a few days ago, at a maximum security prison in the heart of the nation's capital, Abuja, ISWAP, a faction of the international terrorist group, ISIS, stormed a maximum security prison and freed about 600 inmates from that prison. Most of them ISWAP and Boko Haram terrorists. And they operated for 3 whole hours, not 30 minutes, not 3 minutes, 3 whole hours. That's like an entire lifetime. Unencumbered, uninterrupted, 3 whole hours. The nation's capital. That's what our brother just said. And you have seen that in the news as well. 3 hours, no one disturbed them. KUJE prison, KUJE is in a place that is just a stone throw away from the international airport in Abuja. So what that technically means is that if ISIS could operate there for 3 whole hours, nothing stops them from actually hijacking a passenger plane at any time of their choosing. But here's the real kicker here. Femi was saying that the DSS, the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, DSS, had informed the military high command of this thing coming, that these guys were waiting to take this action, and rather than beef up security around this place, according to Femi, the military high command rather collapsed the security that was already around the place. In other words, paving the way for this mighty great shame to fall upon the nation of Nigeria. As if the shame that Nigeria already has is not enough for Nigeria. So the guys operated, they went there. Because, I mean, come to think of it, how can an operation of this magnitude be brewing and no one knows about it? The intelligence agencies don't know about it. Military intelligence doesn't know about it. Nobody knows about it. Now the guy is telling you, and it doesn't matter what you think about Femi Fani-Kayode. The guy was a former minister. He has connections. He has contacts. You cannot say that. He can't just come out and talk anyhow on a matter as sensitive as this. He's telling you they were told and they did nothing. Like they've done in so many other cases as he reeled them out. Now, my question to you who has been fighting to go to elections in 2023 is this, because many of you see how many videos I put out in the last few weeks, calling us to come to a place of reasoning to understand what is happening, to break loose from the spell of the enemy so we can save our destinies. But people are not listening. My question to you is this. If ISWAP could operate so freely in the nation's capital for 3 whole hours, who is going to secure you on the day of election to go and vote? Who is going to provide security for you on the day of your so-called election? How sure are you that the so-called election is going to happen with the situation we are seeing today? How many videos have I put out to tell you people about ISIS and Boko Haram storming the nation's capital and the seat of power in Abuja? It started with a vision and a dream. I shared it on my YouTube channel. Go down, you will see it. And then there was some intelligence information that we saw and we shared it. We have seen science upon science upon science every day. I shared it with you. You say, oh no, it's never going to happen, Joe. Forget about that. When they came to Niger State, which is just a stone throw away from Abuja, we say, oh, they're already here. That means they're close. You say, no, it's not going to happen. Today, they operated in the heart of Abuja. These things happen, nobody talks. People just walk, just go about their businesses as if it's nothing. In the heart of Abuja. And now tell me, what is going to stop Boko Haram from taking over the seat of power if they want to do that tomorrow? If the military high command, according to Femi, will be so loose and so careless that they will allow something like this happen. They freed those Boko Haram inmates that were there. They have left. Femi had been there before. Femi was in KUJE prison before. They jailed him there before. So he said he knows the way the prison is built. It's a maximum security prison. How did they penetrate? There was inside work, according to this, my brother. Are you going to deny that this is actually the case? If not, how? How? 3 hours. Come on, guys. 3 hours, the nation's capital. How can you be running to elections? Is this not why I have been calling us? We have beautiful, brilliant options in front of us now. This is the only time we have the power to stop this carnage. If we wait till it is too late, two options, things that will happen to you. You're going to see where you have an extension for Buhari's term, and he probably is going to end up being a life president of Nigeria. Because you know why? You cannot change a commander-in-chief when there is war, when the nation is in a state of war. They are going to create war, anarchy. And when that anarchy is created, you will not be able to change Buhari. He will stay in power forever. Secondly, Boko Haram and ISWAP could actually take over Abuja. If they can relax security the way they did for this KUJE, they can also relax it for Aso Rock. And you will hear that Buhari traveled, that he can't come back again because they are now in Aso Rock. And they will be the ones now giving you an announcement, telling you, fellow Nigerians, stay where you are. A new regime is now come alive in Nigeria, and it will be Boko Haram announcing that to you. I am calling on my brother Peter Obi, Jagaban Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let us get together, pull Atiku to a table and say, guy, this thing is not looking feasible. Let us take action now and stop this and go to the negotiating table. This is what time has come now, when we have the power to do it. If you go past this period, you are walking yourself down to the slaughterhouse. Come, let's discuss. We have the 2014 Sovereign National Conference recommendations or resolutions. Let's use them. Let's use El-Rufai 2018 Committee on True Federalism recommendation. Let's use them. If those ones are not enough, let's sit down and create new ones. Extend the tenure for National Assembly members. Let them sit down right now and begin to debate. Let's negotiate. The time is to renegotiate the union we have in Nigeria. I keep asking myself, where did they create the spell they put on Nigeria? Is it homemade or is it imported? I mean, wherever that spell is made, it must be very powerful. Why do you keep making the same mistake, doing the same thing that doesn't produce any result? The time has come for us to reason together. 2023 elections is not looking feasible. I don't need to mince words anymore. I am going to tell you clearly now. With what has happened, the other time it was a church. They went to a church, massacred everybody. Free, nothing happened. Now they've gone to KUJE to free their brothers. All those people they've freed, those fighters are all over Abuja. They're everywhere now. They're in your neighborhoods in Abuja. Are you kidding me, really? The next minute you see them carrying Okada, riding, becoming Okada drivers. You will even be sitting on top of the Okadas and they'll be carrying you. Some of them may even go on the list and join the army. Nobody cares. We already saw where they pardoned Boko Haram in Nigeria multiple times. So if Boko Haram is being pardoned by Nigeria after all the things they've done and they even celebrate the pardoning, is this one supposed to be a big problem? No, this is not a problem. Yeah. They've been pardoning them, so if their comrades will come and free them, it's in line with what the pardoning has been doing all along. This is where we are today, and you want to go to 2023 elections. Please, can we just use what God has given us here? Use your number 6 and think it's not about your candidate. Your candidate will not be allowed to cross Abuja. He will not be allowed to even step out of his home. When they create the anarchy and chaos they want to create, you will be shocked you can't step out of your house, even before the elections. And then whatever they want to declare, they will declare it. With what just happened in Abuja, do you see yourself having a very safe and free election in 2023? Can you answer that question? Remember when Ade Farasi was telling everybody to have a plan B? Do you remember that? Remember when Melafia Obediah was telling us that it is going to happen, that the plan is actually from 2022 to 2023, that they are going to cause war so that there will be no election. Obediah Melafia told us, you think all these guys are stupid? You think they don't have access to any information before they said what they said, and you are running towards election because you found a candidate you think you like. This is the one. Nigeria has many good candidates who can rule the country. Have you asked yourself why they don't come out? Because the system will never allow it. Just like this beautiful candidate we have today. If Nigeria is truly a nation, this kind of thing will not happen. And that's why we need to go and renegotiate this union so that whatever will be, will be. We have the power now. I'm telling you, we have the power. Why don't we use it? Let all these leaders of our sociocultural organizations, Afenifere leaders, Ohanese leaders, Pandef leaders, Middle Belt Forum leaders, renew your call for this restructuring of Nigeria before elections. You've been doing it since 2019. You've done it again this year. And all of a sudden, you are now choosing a candidate. Don't choose candidate. It is a trap. It is a trap to drag you to the slaughterhouse and kill you. Come back to your senses, my elders. Come back to your senses, Nigerian youths. Let us renew our strength and begin to fight for restructuring before elections. This is where we should channel our energy now, not tomorrow. That's my prayer, and I hope that the Lord will help to open our eyes to see this truth and run with it. God bless you.